I've been gone a long time, but now I'm back. Elvis is back. I am in the Federal Witness Protection Program. I led a secret life as a federal drug enforcement agent. Everyone thought I just liked to collect badges, infiltrate the mafia. The body swap in the Witness Protection Program. The body swap. Yeah, I know. Yeah, just... If I could help save America, maybe this was my real destiny that God had prepared me for all this time. Captain Marvel Jr. and the Hidden Death. Lord help me. But now I'm back. Everyone can be a superhero for America. Okay. Elvis is back. So let's do it. We're fantastic. I am in the Federal Witness Protection Program. I gotta get way down here. Still the king of rock and roll. America. FBI code name.
And I just got off the phone with the DNA specialist out of Arizona. He says he believes Eliza is Elvis's half-sister and that Elvis is still alive. He says the proof is there. DNA evidence doesn't lie. In the studio, Lauren Lee, Fox 13 News.
But off stage, I led a secret life as a federal drug enforcement agent. And I put my life on the line for America every day. And I ran a strike force that carried out dangerous undercover operations against the Weather Underground terrorists, the Black Panthers, and the Mafia crime families.
Well then...
I hear your voice late last night. I hear you say, are you lonesome tonight? I saw you crying in the chapel light. Love me tender and treat me nice. Lonely boy, got the GI blues. It's alright, mama's watching over you. Wise men say if you don't be cruel, get to heaven wearing blue suede shoes, singing with angels, saving God's promised land, singing with angels, walking hand in hand, singing with angels, it's part of God's master plan. So many angels walking hand in hand. What a beautiful land. I got a woman, she's my happiness. Leave me now in my loneliness. A brick hotel, I was counting on you. Thought I had a lot of living to do, so blue moon of Kentucky shine. Burning love makes suspicious minds. Mystery train heading for the light. Brazen stars burning bright. Singing with angels, saving God's promised land. Singing with angels, walking hand in hand. Singing with angels, part of God's master plan. There's so many angels, walking hand in hand. What a beautiful band. Elvis has left the building.
Well, son, I always knew that sometime in my life, I had a feeling that sooner or later somebody would find me alive. But I didn't think that after the age 75, this would be the kind of visit I would have. You know, there are good reasons why I had to do what I did, and why I haven't come back to my singing career and everything. I guess if I'm ever going to tell my story, now's the time. Now, I'm in the Federal Witness Protection Program for reasons which I'm sure we'll get into. So I cannot appear completely on camera. You know, I've been trying to get out of witness protection for some time, but there are folks in high places who are afraid of me because of information I have.
What do you think of President Barack Obama?
Well, I've been following Barry Soetoro, or Barack Obama as he calls himself now, on FBI wiretaps since the early 1980s.
Really? How's that?
Remember, Bill Ayers is a terrorist, so he's been legally wiretapped for a very long time. And Obama became friends with Captain Nazi when he was a student at Columbia University. They met at an SDS rally. The two had a lot in common. They were both ashamed of their white middle-class upbringing, and they both hated American values. Bill Ayers immediately recognized Obama as someone with ambition who was electable. So he became Obama's mentor. Captain Nazi felt Obama could one day be the ultimate Manchurian candidate for the radical left to destroy America, get rid of its Christian values, and replace it with National Socialism. Then, Captain Nazi launched Obama's state Senate campaign in Illinois, and Obama agreed to implement the Weather Underground's agenda the further he got.
But communism and socialism have failed all over the world, again and again.
You know, the left thinks National Socialism can work in America if they have the right person forcing it down our throats. Next thing, because Obama couldn't write, he asked Bill Ayers to author his book for him, Dreams of My Father. It's not Obama's life story. It's concocted by Captain Nazi based on his own experiences.
You mean like a co-writer or ghostwriter?
No. Bill Ayers is the author, plain and simple. Obama is a literary neophyte. He's not articulate. He can barely put together two sentences without a teleprompter. Captain Nazi created the Obama we know today.
Well, then should I ask, what do you think of Barack Obama as president?
He's a socialist thug, just like his mentor, Captain Nazi. For Bill Ayers, compared to the pipe bombs he used to make with the weathermen, Obama is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. And there will be nothing left of the United States if Obama is reelected. And the Weather Underground will have succeeded in their mission to destroy America as we know it. And the media circle their wagons to protect the radical left agenda every time.
What about the Republican Party?
They are for the most part corrupt and ignorant. Both the Democratic and Republican parties have been useless for many years. America needs another principled leader like Ronald Reagan.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I don't support any political party. I just love America.
Are you still working for the FBI?
Actually, I retired in December 2004, just before I turned 70. I investigated Middle Eastern terrorists after 9/11. I helped stop the spread of nukes. And then when I retired, I went back into the witness protection program. Son, I've experienced a lot of different phases in my life. I've experienced happiness and loneliness, the wealthy side, not having anything, and of course tragedy. My life went south the day Mama died. I thought I had nothing left, and in a way I was right. I still think of her every single solitary day. There are times I dream about her. She's always happy and smiling. And if I could have one wish granted, it would be to talk to Mama again. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memories. You know, Mom and Daddy got to be extras in Loving You. Now I watch it all the time. For you are everything.
Here came Elvis with a hot, stomping, steamy, sexy kind of music that turned people on as pop music never had before.
I've always looked at myself as a young man who's been extremely fortunate. You know, a man is just a child wearing a man's body. I never expected to be anybody important, but God gave me my voice, and whatever I became, God chose for me. I feel He's watching, and in a way it's good for me. If I ever turned my back on Him, I'd be finished.
Do you feel good about this interview for this film?
I always knew that someday the secret would come out. Your picture is going to be the key to it.
So when this film comes out, will you make a comeback?
I need the permission and protection of the U.S. government to do so. The U.S. administration has been preventing it because of what I know about Obama and Captain Nazi. But if Obama's not reelected, I'll do it.
Thank you, Mr. Presley.
Until we meet again, may God bless you as He has blessed me.
And may God bless you, sir.
It's nice to have a friend who listens. You don't know how much I need that at times. Do you remember that we talked?
All right, this tape was released to the general public in Gail Giorgio's book, Is Elvis Alive? All right, we brought in an audio analyst to find out if the voice on the tape is, in fact, that of Elvis Presley.
Well, at the time, I had a beard and I lost a few pounds. And I thought it would be very, very hard for anyone to recognize me. I started traveling all over the world, and it's been enjoyable, but it's been a constant battle of growing beards and this and that to keep from being recognized. People ask me all the time where I'm living, and naturally I can't say, but it's a good place to hide. And there was an island that I had learned about a long time ago, and I guess I always knew that someday I'd probably have to use it. Anyway, I must have spent a year on the island. I started traveling all over the world, and it's been enjoyable, but it's been a constant battle of growing beards and this and that to keep from being recognized. And I guess about 2 years ago, I went to Europe, which is something I've always wanted to do, something I've wanted to do for a long time. I realized that sooner or later, it's probably going to end. You know, I hate to think that it's going to end, but I know sometime the secret has got to be let out. If it hadn't been for getting involved in what I'm involved in now, you know, things as such, maybe it'd been different.
Was it Elvis Presley? One way we can find out is to utilize some tools from law enforcement to electronically contrast and compare the voice of the real Elvis Presley and the voice on the tape. L.H. Williams works with a major police department in Texas and is an expert on audio voice prints, and here is his report.
This is the known sample of Elvis Presley stating the word music. This is a sample from the unknown tape recording showing the word music. The formats that were formed fall within the same frequency range through here, which would indicate a match. Basically, the known voice of Elvis Presley compared with the voice on this tape is the same.
Got a smile that seems to me remind me of my childhood memories, where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stare too long, I probably break down and cry. The highs of the bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, I hate the look in those eyes. And I see another ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I hide. And I pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Sing it now.
There were other discrepancies surrounding Elvis's death. First, in March of 1977, before Elvis died, 2 life insurance policies were cashed in. A secret personal checking account was emptied out shortly before Elvis Presley died. The amount, close to $1 million. And perhaps most odd, some claim that the signature on Elvis's death certificate matches Elvis's own handwriting.
We asked handwriting analyst Paul Wiest to look at these signatures, and here were his thoughts.
I was asked by Gail Giorgio to examine some handwriting of Elvis Presley. She supplied me with a copy of a letter written to President Nixon in 1970 and the death certificate or medical examiner's report at the time of his reported death. My conclusions after this exhaustive examination was, in my professional opinion as a document examiner, that the same person who wrote the letter to President Nixon also wrote the Elvis Presley death certificate or medical examiner's report of Elvis Presley's death.
Love me tender, love me sweet, thank you, never let me go. You have made my life, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my love, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart. For it's there that I belong, and will never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my love, I love you, and I